Namaste to everyone. This is Professor Venkatarama BR, Assistant Professor of English, Department of Collegiate Technical Education, Government of Karnataka, presently working at Government First Grade College, Gudibande. I welcome you all to this English class. This is for the students of BCom 4th semester of Bengaluru North University. The poem that we are going to learn in this session is Phoenix of Beauty, the poem written by Dr.Saumitra Chakravarthy. Before going to the session, let us give you an outline about the contents in the session. The session will have the first and foremost thing that's called brainstorming. Followed by that we have the introduction to the poetess, then introduction to the poem, and at last we have the recitation of the poem. Well, let us come to the first and foremost point. The point is brainstorming. Brainstorming is intended to know the previous knowledge about the text poem that we are going to discuss. Well, let me ask you some questions. I am sure you are able to answer those questions. The first and foremost question is, what is your idea of beauty? Everybody knows the word beauty, and everybody is expert in defining the word beauty. I am sure all of you can answer this question. The second question is, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Discuss. This is a very famous statement given by a romantic poet by name Keats. I'm sure you could understand this statement and you could discuss with your friends what is the meaning of this statement. Well, the last question that I can ask you is, do you know the story of Phoenix bird? This is a Phoenix bird. I have given here the image, the last image. I'm sure you know the story of this Phoenix bird. If not to worry, we will discuss in the poem. Friends, let us move on to another concept. The important concept is introduction to the poetess. Well, the author of the poem, Dr. Saumitra Chakravarthy. We know few things about the poetess. Dr. Saumitra Chakravarthy, an alumnus of Calcutta University with an honors degree in English literature, secured a gold medal in her masters. She did her PhD on the topic The Search for Identity in Contemporary British Fiction. She has taught English literature at the undergraduate and postgraduate levels in Bangalore and guided research scholars. She has presented papers in several national and international seminars both in India and abroad. She has published a book of poems, The Silent Cry, in the year 2002, and also co-authored a book of critical essays, The Endangered Self, in the year 2003. A book of translation of short stories of 4 major Bengali women writers on women's issues is currently under publication at the Oxford University Press. She is working on a second book of poems on issues related to tribal women and their habitat, some of which have already been broadcast for All India Radio. Now let's move on to the introduction to the poem. Before going to understand the poem in depth, let us have the bird's eye view about this poem. Saumitra Chakravarthy's poem, Phoenix of Beauty, is an indication of beauty of nature emerging from the ugly. Using the metaphor of the lotus flower, the poet wants to bring home the fact that the beautiful things are not always found in higher places of life or nature. Instead, they can evolve from the lowest of places too. The concept can surprise us. We look at the highest places for inspiration and beauty and overlook the lowest places. However, the lotus flower is the most beautiful in the world that comes from. The poem at one level explains the beauty of nature unfolding from the ugliest of things, and on the other level reflects the general attitude of people to disregard anything ugly. Even though the dung is ugly, the lotus flower blooms in that soil. The phoenix rises from its ashes. The beautiful lotus bud rises from the poet also implies that the time destroys the external beauty, but will never dare touch the internal beauty. The poetess attributes beauty to the female gender. It is to emphasize the fact that the female of the species is the most beautiful in the world in different aspects. Just not in the external beauty, but in their behavior and in their kindness, fortitude, patience, and love. Friends, now let us come to the poem Phoenix of Beauty by Saumitra Chakravarthy. I will recite the poem. Please do listen. It was the day after. The little bird opened her eyes, looked around at the bier of elders, long-stemmed, dun petals trailing various streamers across memories of yesterday, when they shone in fragrant lobes over the evening and twinkled in black braids. She looked up at the young sun, uttered her birth cry. The pallbearers came hidden in the heap of yesterday. She rode the very path of death. Her young gaze fastened. Her young gaze fastened on the sun, older now, and wiser with the wisdom that turns its gaze from the longing of young eyes for life. The desire of innocence to linger in a world with wonder long dead. Beauty stretching skeletal arms to the sun whose first rays once smiled on a new world. Beauty dies hard. The lotus raises its head from its bed of slime. Two flowers bloom, splash red and yellow over the dust of yesterday, and torn strips of greed. White teeth flash in a suit, blackened face. Merry eyes dance in the hunt. The dung heap unfolds. Thank you for watching this poem. Please do stay back and expect the following videos wherein you will find the explanation of the poem stanza. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do wait for some more videos wherein I am going to upload regarding the explanation of the poem stanza by stanza and even critical appreciation of the poem. Thank you once again. Thank you.